Hi, I'm Maggie Weldon from maggiescrochet.com, and I'm here today to introduce you to a new series of stitch videos that we're going to do, and to Christina,
hey guys,
who is an avid crocheter, knitter, and she's done a lot of different needlecrafts.
I love experimenting. I mean, gosh, I've probably crocheted since I was probably about 8 or 9 years old. I think my grandmother taught me how. So yeah, I mean, I love pretty much any sort of crafting, and I'm always looking forward to learning something new.
So I'm enlisting Christina's help and to get a lot of instructional videos out on YouTube. And if you are looking for any type of help on different stitches, just let us know in the comments. And the different stitches that we're going to show you are like the ripple stitch. And that comes in several variations. There's ripple stitches with single crochets, with waves, and with double crochets stitches. There's all kinds of variations. Some have lace worked into them. And then there's the popular basket weave stitch, and that comes in several different variations. And then there's just regular like V-stitch or a netting stitch or a little seed stitch, which is like a single crochet chain one, and then you go back and single crochet in the chain one space. And then there's the more complicated stitches like the Solomon's knot it's called, or lover's knot this one's called. And what else is there?
Oh gosh. Cluster stitches, wave stitches, shell stitches.
And there's like broomstick lace. And hairpin lace. There's all kinds of stuff. So maybe we'll split those up too. We'll do the different ones that require like the stuff to go along with them, right, like the hairpin lace loom or whatever, you know. So maybe. So anyway, I want you to subscribe to the channel, and you want to make sure that you don't miss any of these great stitches that we're going to show you. And I look forward to Christina helping us.
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be
I've already seen her crocheting, and that's Maggie approved. So thank you for joining us, and be sure to subscribe to the channel.
Hey everybody, it's Christina from maggiescrochet.com, and today I'm going to show you the stitch pattern for the long single crochet. It's called this because, as you might can see here, it dips down and you have a much longer part of your stitch than you do for a normal single crochet. So in this example, every row is worked in a different color, so it's really easy to see those stitches pop out. I'm going to work a sample today in just one color so you can see what that looks like. But this one, like I said, it's just every row is a different color, and they made all the rows with the long single crochet the same color, so those really stand out. So that's certainly an option. Like I said, I'm going to do a solid color version for you today. You want to start by chaining a multiple of 4 plus 1. So I've got 16 plus 1 stitches here, 17 stitches in total. You could do, let's see, 25 stitches would be, you know, 24 plus 1. Any multiple of 4 plus 1 will work for this. So once you've got that, single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So skip 1 and then 2. And then you're just going to finish your first row by single crocheting all the way across. And then you'll want to do that for the next 3 rows as well. So rows 1 through 4 are just a straight up single crochet. So I'm going to go ahead and do those couple of rows real quick, and then I'll come back and show you the long single crochet. But you have to have a couple rows of regular crochet before you can start the special stitch. So let me do that real quick, and I'll come back and show you how it's done. So after 4 rows of straight single crochet, I end up with this. And in my next row, I'm going to start doing the long single crochet. So go ahead, chain 1 and turn. Start by doing just 4 single crochets across. So in the first 4 stitches, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, so now we're going to do the long single crochet. So it's pretty much the same as the regular single crochet with one major difference. Normally for a single crochet you would insert your hook right here into the previous row worked. Well, we're not going to do that. We're going to skip down 2 rows. So there's that one, and then 2. So we're going to insert our hook into this space right here. So that's the one we would normally go in. Skip down 1 and 2. Just put your hook right in there, grab a loop and bring it back up. Don't pull too tight. In fact, I would barely pull that together at all. And then you'll crochet, single crochet the next 3 stitches. So, you know, don't work into the stitch that's kind of underneath this one now. See, that's this, if we were just doing straight single crochets, that's the one we would have used. We went down 2, so we're not going to do that one, but we'll single crochet into these next 3 stitches. And then we'll do another long single crochet. So that's the hole we would work into normally, but we're going to skip down 1 and 2. So inserting our hook into there, pulling through a loop very loosely, and there's your long single crochet. So you'll repeat that across as many times as you need to. 3 single crochets, and then 1 long. So skip down 1, 2, and then when you reach the end of the row you should have 3 left. So just single crochet in those 3 to finish off your row. All right. So you can see the long single crochets here. They don't stand out quite as much as in the sample I showed you because this is all the same color, but it does still kind of help break up the monotony a little bit, if you would. So the next 2 rows are going to be just single crochet all the way across. That's going to be rows 6 and 7. So I'm going to do those 2 real quick, and then I'll come back and show you row 8, which is pretty much the same as row 5 we just did. We're just going to offset it a little bit. So I'm going to go do rows 6 and 7, just single crochets all the way across. Then I'll come back and show you row 8. So at the end of row 7, we look like this. You can see the long single crochets here in the middle. You know, like I said, they kind of break up the monotony, give it a little bit of interest and texture. But now we're ready to do another long single crochet row. So I'm going to chain 1 and turn. And like I said, this one we're going to offset. So you'll start by doing 3 single crochets. And then when we work our long single crochet, you'll notice that it goes right down. See, here's where we would work a normal single crochet, and we go down 1, 2, and that puts us right in the top of the previous long single crochet. Just like that. So then we'll do 3 single crochets. This middle part here is the same. Like I said, it just is a matter of offsetting where you start. Get them to line up a little bit differently. So we did 3 single crochets. There's where our next stitch should go, but we're going to jump down 1, 2. And then keep doing this across. 3 single crochets. Long single crochet, jump down 1, 2. And then when you reach the end of the row, just do 4 single crochets in a row. So it'll be your normal 3 and then an extra 1 in that last stitch. And that's really all there is to this stitch pattern. So now you would repeat rows 3 through 8 for as long as you wanted. You can just continue going all the way up until this is as big as you want. I do recommend making your last 2 rows just single crochet so you have kind of a nice little edge to it. So I'm going to do a couple more rows and show you what a slightly bigger swatch looks like when you finish working it up. So I went ahead and stopped after 13 rows. That gave me 3 rows where I had the long single crochets, and then, like I said, 2 rows of just single crochet at the top to give it a nice edge. So that's what it would look like if you made it in a solid color. Let me show you the multicolored one again, just for comparison. So, you know, there's a couple options. Also, you know, this pattern, this stitch, you know, you could work it closer together. Instead of doing it every 4 stitches, you could do it every other stitch if you wanted. You know, you'd have a lot more V's in your work. You could, you know, try to offset it more. You could do them randomly. You know, it's a stitch that you can work in pretty much anywhere. So I encourage you to experiment with this stitch. Experiment with different you know, frequencies of it. Like I said, you know, this is every 4th stitch. You might try every other, you might try every 3rd. There's a lot of different ways you can do this, so I encourage you to experiment. If you've got any questions, please leave a comment in the comments below, and you can find the links to everything you'll need for this in the description. Thanks so much for watching.
So I'm going from this side to that side, and I'm going to pick up my yarn and draw that up and then finish my double crochet like. So if you do, let's say I've seen scarves made with only pulling 5 loops through, and they look amazing. They're really cute. They come out